Good evening. An Ottumwa meatpacking plant wants to clear up some confusion. JBS says it is not telling some employees they have to leave the country.
The company says they're asking employees to prove they're still eligible to work. If not, JBS will have to let those people go. KCCI Chief Political Reporter Amanda Rooker is getting the facts on why more than 200 JBS workers in Ottumwa had their legal status revoked. Amanda?
Well, Stacey and Ben, there's been a lot of questions on this because our immigration system is really complex. There are different kinds of visas and different programs that allow people to live and work in the U.S. Today, I talked to state officials and an immigration attorney about the program that allowed for 200 JBS workers to be here in Iowa and why they're now being let go.
And we're here with work authorization.
State officials say more than 200 workers at a meatpacking plant in Ottumwa were in Iowa through the CHNV parole program. Immigration legal experts like Jody Mashik say that's different from a work visa.
That allowed individuals who qualified from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, or Venezuela to be paroled into the United States. It's kind of essentially a form of entry.
Those people were then granted temporary work authorization. The Trump administration ended the program, and the U.S. Supreme Court said those people can be deported while they consider a bigger legal challenge.
They have had permission to be here. They are working lawfully, and it was basically suddenly yanked away from them.
Specific to JBS.
The Ottumwa meatpacking plant, JBS, is in Republican Congressman Zach Nunn's district. Nunn says the CHNV parole program, which started under the Biden administration, needed correction.
This is a right sizing of where the original policy under the Biden administration fell short.
He says he's committed to fixing the U.S. visa program.
That means that our frontline visa operators who work at places like the Ottumwa meatpacking plant, to working in ag in Iowa, to our students who come here to study, get the opportunity to stay here afterwards.
Both JBS and Nunn say there won't be an impact to production.
JBS has also noted in the Ottumwa community that all of those open positions are now on a pathway to be rehired, so we should not see a shortage of workforce in the Ottumwa area, which I think is really important for our rural communities.
But Mashik, with Iowa Migrant Movement for Justice, says the community will feel an impact.
The impact on the community is huge. You're talking about taking children out of schools. You're talking about losing people who are contributing to the economy.
In a statement to KCCI, a JBS spokesperson said the company, quote, is not telling people what to do. They say they're just informing people that they have been made aware of a change in their legal status. Now, Iowa Migrant Movement for Justice says if anyone receives a letter, they should first meet with an immigration lawyer to talk about their rights and whether there is a pathway for them to legally stay in the country. Stacey?
We will continue to follow this story. Amanda, thank you.